What's up, guys? Hope you guys are doing well. Back with another one. Got a little bit of a collection update for you guys today. Got a couple records in over the last 2 weeks and finally got some time in between work and whatnot to do them. So before we get into it, the background tunes, if you can hear them at all, I'm still trying to figure that out. I got a little thing playing over there, but I'll figure it out. So if you can hear it, it is Nachtmystium. It is a US-based band. This album released in 2014. If you can hear it, the style is, it's like a psychedelic black metal almost. It's kind of got some weird, like, cleans going on, but they're almost like, I don't know, kind of choiry. And it's just got your typical kind of black metal riffs. It's very psychedelic. Pretty good record. Really like this one. A fun listen. You can kind of just get lost in it. Just put it on, kind of zone out to it. I mean, you know, have a beer, have a smoke, and just kind of vibe to it. It's goes pretty deep in the brain, and sometimes got you thinking what the hell is going on. So yeah, that is Nachtmystium, The World We Left Behind, 2014, off of, let's see here, Century Media Records. Great record. Check it out if you're into black metal and into like the psychedelic kind of stoner stuff. It kind of blends the two a little bit. Pretty good. First up in the collection, we have the brand new Halo Effect. This guy just came out not too long ago. I finally got it in the mail. Halo Effect, if you guys aren't familiar with them, it's pretty much a good portion of In Flames broke off and started Halo Effect. So this kind of takes you back to that Gothenburg sound. This album, March of the Unheard, just released. Nuclear Blast. Band is out of Sweden. You know what you're getting with this. If you're familiar with In Flames, you are familiar with March of the Unheard. They are not doing anything new here. They're not breaking the ground. They're not doing anything crazy. It is your typical Gothenburg style metal, and they do it very, very well. Very well. It is great. Some cool stuff in here. Gatefold, we got nice little live pictures. The insert here, we actually got a booklet, and it's pretty massive. You get a lot of cool stuff in here if you're like me and you're into the art and whatnot. Got your lyric sheets and your art. Really, really good record. A really easy listen. I'm always big into the Gothenburg stuff. I love melodic death metal. And this record starts off really strong. I think it kind of falls off towards the end. But like I said, they're not doing anything new. They're not reinventing the wheel. They're not trying to be different. They're literally just like, hey, we're gonna do what we want, and that's play Gothenburg style melodic death metal. And you know what? I'm here for it. Got that In Flames kind of At the Gates vibe. Highly recommend you check this out if you're into that sort of thing. It's not the heaviest thing ever, so if you're just kind of getting into metal or you're trying to find something new to explore, this record's great. If you, for some reason, decide you want to purchase this, which I think you should, you can get that off of Nuclear Blast. Not too bad. Like I said, not my favorite record of the year so far, but it's a very consistent performance by the band. Maybe as good as the last record. I would honestly, I'd probably rate them about the same. I'd probably give them both a 7 if I have to rate them. I don't really like rating different records too much, but it is what it is. We'll give it a 7. Give it a 7. Check it out. Next up, this record I was really excited for. This guy came out last year. It is another Swedish-based band, and that is Carnosus, with their new album, Wormtales. This thing fucking kicks ass. If you are not familiar with Carnosus, 5-piece band, death metal, a little bit of tech, a little bit of thrash. Vocalist kind of does weird lizard noises. I'm in. Let's do it. Yeah. This album is a really nice blend of technical death metal, but it's a little thrashy, and it's got some nice melodies in it. The thing I really like about this album is it kind of lures you in. It starts off with just caveman style riffs, just dun 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 dun, and we just go from there. From there, you get the technicality that flows in with the songs, and you get a little bit of melodic phrasing. The solos are really nice in this album. Really, really, really nice. Not much to be said else about this record. If you're into death metal at all, I really recommend checking this out. When I say there's some tech in here, I don't mean tech deathy in like the vein of Obscura or Necrophagist or like Anata. It's more akin to like the technical, maybe like the technical thing that Arsis were doing, but less melodic, if that makes sense. If you think of We Are the Nightmare and how technical that album was while still being super melodic, think of this as being technical but more death metal. That probably makes no sense. I'm sorry. I don't really know how to describe this record other than it fucking kicks ass. We do have a pretty nice record, if you will. Got this nice kind of like little brown with a little bit of green thrown in. I like it. I think it looks cool. I actually bought this and it was sort of it was like a mystery box for the record. You know, you knew you were getting the record, but you didn't quite know which vinyl color you were getting. They just said, hey, this is a little mystery guy, you get one of the following colors. And so I was like, yeah, sure, fuck it. Why not? So anyway, Carnosus. Awesome death metal, right out of Sweden. Lizard vocals, slamming guitars. The drums are fucking phenomenal on this thing. And it released last year off of Willow Tip Records. Check that out. They are on Spotify. Give them a listen. Next up, for all my friends who are not really into the heavier metal, but are a fan of, say, Dragon Force, Blind Guardian, any other sort of, even Iron Maiden, really. There's a lot of Iron Maiden vibes in here. Anything sort of epic and power metal. I have Gatekeeper with their 2023 release, From Western Shores. Holy shit! This record is awesome. I'm not normally big into the power metal scene. I like Maiden. I like some Blind Guardian. I don't really care for Dragon Force. I own some stuff on them, but it's not my go-to. I like a little bit more heavier stuff, kind of just, you know, off the wall, relentlessly, absolutely beat my face in with guitar riffs and slam my head on the ground with the drums. But this record fucking kicks ass. The vocalist is insane. Dude goes from here to here like it's nothing, and the riffs are phenomenal. Every song feels like an epic journey. And I think that's the one thing that I can really just not stress enough about this album, is it puts you in a mood. It gives you the D&D fantasy vibe. I feel like I'm a character in a D&D campaign, and I'm about to go fuck up a dragon, bro. I'm gonna take on some goblins, as this vocalist is just throwing up falsettos. But here's the gatefold. Really cool. Really like the inside of this guy. The back for you. Nothing too crazy in terms of the vinyl itself. It's just a black one. We do have a little insert here. Really awesome. These guys are out of Canada. Like I said, this came out in 2023. And this one is, I believe, off Cruz del Sur Music, if I have that correct. I probably butchered that. It is what it is. No heavy vocals in this one. None whatsoever. Pure, epic, power metal, heavy metal. We're going on a D&D journey, and we're going to slay some motherfuckers on the way. If you're into any of that stuff, you're going to love this album. Probably more than I do. Maybe. I don't know. When I do put this on, I find myself just putting it on repeat, and I've already played this record a shit ton. Not to mention whatever I listen to it at work on Spotify. There are days where this will be on for 8 hours. So I totally expect this to pop up on some sort of Spotify most listened to list at the end of the year, because this record has currently taken over a couple days of my life and I am not disappointed whatsoever. And again, Gatekeeper from Western Shores. Next up, we have a brand new debut record that came out last year, and it is a solo project titled Bloody Valkyria, Kingdom of Fire. Whoo, man! Let me just go ahead and say this is a solo project. According to everything I've seen, based in here and based online, the guy does everything himself, based out of Finland. He does everything. He does the vocals, the drums, the guitars, he does it all. Which is fucking insane, because this album is black metal mixed with Ensiferum, or Gatekeeper, or fuck it, Blind Guardian. It's black metal mixed with epic fantasy sort of folk metal. You got the instruments, you got all the weird folky instruments in here. You just got it all. I mean, the cover is fucking awesome. And for a debut album, this is really good. I wouldn't say it's my favorite record of last year. It's not. But it's fucking crazy that one person managed to do this. The amount of solo projects that are coming out lately are fucking insane. But it really blows my mind when someone can just add all of these layers. The only thing I would knock this album for is whenever this was made, I'm guessing in production and mixing, the drums sound perfectly normal. They blend in really well, except for the crash. Whenever he plays the crash, it just kind of takes over everything else going on in the track. I only notice it with some headphones. I don't really notice it all the time, but when I do notice it, it kind of annoys me. But other than that, that's really the only gripe I have for the album. Some of the songs I think could be a little bit stronger. There's a little bit of filler in here, but for the most part, this thing absolutely kicks ass. And the inside is gorgeous. The outside's gorgeous. I mean, everything just looks really cool with this record. I'm super glad I got it in. There is no insert or booklet. I would have loved a booklet with a bunch of cool artwork. Maybe some dragons. But the record, oh, check this out. Oh, I love that. I love that. But yeah, no, this is a straight debut record. Came out last year, solo project, right out of Finland. Once again, Scandinavia showing why they are claiming that Kings of Metal throne. But I don't know, some of the German black metal bands would give these guys a run for their money, and all the other Scandinavian bands. But yeah, definitely check out that record. And this record is from Northern Silence Productions. I should have known that, but I didn't. Oh well. Alright, last but most certainly not least, my favorite record of this haul. This is an older record. This is a very cold record. I'm glad to finally have a vinyl copy of this. Been looking for one for a while. That wasn't crazy expensive with shipping or hundreds of dollars for some reason. And lo and behold, my friends at Hell's Headbangers have a copy. And that is none other than Immortal, At the Heart of Winter. One of the best metal albums of all time. Black metal at its finest. The coldest black metal. This album, much like the cover, is a fucking blizzard. You put this on, and you are trapped in a blizzard. You are freezing to death listening to this record. It is that damn cold. I don't know what sort of magic they pulled off in production and mixing, but they managed to strip away the bass. The mids are just kind of there, and it is just a pure treble blizzard. I'm sure there's more that went into it. I don't actually know what they did in production and mixing with this, but holy shit, the drums are a monster. They just roar like you're just kind of trapped in a valley. Snow's falling, the wind's going 100 miles an hour. You're just kind of slowly freezing to death while listening to this record. It is one of the best records of all time. I love Immortal. They do not take themselves seriously at all. As you can see here, we are kind of just duck-facing it up. Man, like, I love these guys. And this album's great. It's black metal. but it's a bit melodic, and it's very catchy. There's a lot of riffs in here that you can find in an 80s hair metal song. Like a ton of riffs in here that you would find in an 80s hair metal song. But just the way that everything is blended together and performed, it is just fucking cold. And I really can't talk about this record enough. It is a 10 out of 10. I will listen to this nonstop. I wish the record were longer. And I absolutely love the clean tone that they put into this record. Well, clean tone. Clean guitar, but it is filled with that juicy boss chorus ensemble pedal. Whew, man, those things sound so nice in the ear. I almost wish that there was just like a, I don't know, maybe like a 10-minute long, just sort of clean track, just somewhere in this album. Like just pure clean with that chorus on it. Like I would love that. But anyway, Immortal, At the Heart of Winter, a band from Norway. Super long, fantastic running career. They are still going hard, even though Abith, one of the main members, kind of split off and did his own thing. But nothing in their catalog will hold a candle to At the Heart of Winter, released in 1999. One of the greatest metal albums of all time. The vinyl itself is pretty cool. Got a little bit of this murky kind of fog going on here. Yeah, I don't know. I can't talk about it enough. I love it. I will put this on for hours and hours and hours. Probably the best winter album to listen to. It is by far the coldest thing I've ever heard. And I want more bands to take this album and just make their entire catalog based off the sound of this album. I don't know how they got the guitar tone. I wouldn't say it's the best guitar tone I've ever heard, but I would love to be able to recreate that guitar tone and just kind of write a bunch of riffs to it. Because this shit kicks ass. And that's pretty much all I've got for today. All the records I got are awesome. I really like them a lot. I'm super glad they came in. I've got a couple more coming in. I don't know, maybe next week. I have an album review I want to do that I've kind of been putting off because I can't word very well, so maybe this weekend I'll throw it out there. Yeah, if you guys had a good time, let me know. Drop in the comments if there's any albums you've listened to here or that you want to listen to. This is released with Osmos Productions, by the way. Osmos Productions. Let me know if there's anything you listened to here that you liked, if there's anything you found. Like I said, if you're not super big into the heavy metal, check out Gatekeeper. Please check out Gatekeeper from Western Shores. Buy the album, buy a t-shirt, support them. Awesome band. It's for you guys who aren't into the heavy, crazy stuff, but still like a nice bit of power metal in your life. That's all I've got for you today. Thank you so much for watching. See you for the next one.